Hello, this is Michael Ramirez. I'll be giving an overview of NMAP for Cyber 627 as the tool that I'm going to review. I kind of got a pre-recorded setup here, so we will get into it. I'll be pausing the video so I could explain the different areas of NMAP. As you can see here, I'm just installing it. It looks like our seed VMs don't have NMAP installed by default, so I went in and installed it. Second thing I did was printed out the help menu, which is useful for a lot of different tools in Linux. Same thing with NMAP. We will start the video here to see some useful commands that we can use. You can see here there are some examples. Let me go ahead and play the video. But it'll kind of give you a list of different options that you can put. You might not want to scan all PCs on a network, or you might not want to scan all ports on a machine. So you could use some of these here to filter them out. Or maybe you want to scan a different way. There's different packets that you could send, and you can use this to help you out. For example, here, this is going to give you a list. SN is going to give you a port scan. And then below that, you can see that it gives you different parts of the TCP handshake that you could kind of manipulate to send. Basically, it's a user guide to help you out. There you can see fast mode. I'll go over that later in the video. You could also use the man pages, which is also another useful format. Some people think it's a little bit easier to see the man pages than this. Kind of gives it a different formatting, but it's something you can use to help you out, accomplish your goal, which is to scan ports. Let's forward through this here. I think I go into the man pages here, and you can see here that it shows you, it tells you to go to the man pages, and there you go. You could read through that. I'll forward through this. Now getting into some scans. Forgive the pop-ups there, I pre-recorded it. For this overview, I'm going to be scanning different virtual machines that I have on my virtual network here. And so also scan probably some external websites as well. Let me move it forward. So the first one I did, let me go back a little. First one I did here, let's pause the video. You can see that I scanned a virtual machine here, and by default, NMAP's going to scan 1,000 ports. So you can see here where it says we have 994 closed ports and we have 6 open ports. And I guess the seed VMs have these ports open here. So if you were doing some footprinting, you would want to definitely note these ports here, and then, for example, Telnet, you might want to find information on how to exploit that. FTP, that's definitely something you could work with. But the point of this here is just it shows you which ones are open. Yeah, it'll show you what's open here. Let's move on. Here I'm just giving another basic thing you can do. I'm scanning Google. Basically the end. Let me forward through this. This takes a while to scan, so save you time here. And there's the output of that. You could scan for 2 IPs at once. One of them was this virtual machine here, and then the other one was Google. It tells you what it didn't scan, and it tells you that we have HTTP open, 999 filtered. If you see a filtered port, it's going to mean that it's probably blocked by a firewall. So you really want to look for these open ports here. 2 IP addresses. Scan in about a minute. Next thing we could do here is scan through a range of IPs, which is going to be extremely useful because you're probably not going to want to scan all the computers on a network. You might, but this is just a very useful thing that you can use to narrow your scope. It's going to save you a lot of time. And as you can see here, I'm scanning basically on my virtual network here. 0, I picked 200. All the VMs are going to fall within that range, but of course you could go to 255, and we'll see what it comes out with. And there you go. Got 4 hosts up. And you can see here, this is the one. These are the open ports from the seed VMs here. FTP, same ones. And this one here was the one I used for the SQL lab, so we could see that's open. And this is the router here. So this one we could see we only have one open here. Next, I'm going to get into how you can scan and then move your results to a text file, which is going to be, for a lot of people, easier to read. You could hit Control F and find whatever you want to find. But this here just means, this OG means greppable output. So that's